Hello Flight Sim pilots, welcome to this quick review of the Flight Multi-Panel by Logitech. I thought I'd jump in and do this quick review because I purchased this on Amazon for around about £70 just in time for the release of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and I've got to say I was pleasantly surprised. The look, feel and presentation of the box and packaging felt premium, and once I got the actual flight panel out, I wasn't disappointed. In the box you get the multi-panel itself with attached USB cable, the modular casing allowing you to place it on your desktop or even build a custom setup with additional Logitech panels, instructions, screws and some adhesive strips. On inspecting the panel for the first time then, I found it to be genuinely high quality, with all the buttons, switches and dials feeling nice to interact with, and everything clearly labelled. To get this working with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, you'll need to go to the Logitech website and download their latest driver or plugin. Now at the current time of this video, what you'll need to do is actually load up the sim, get in the aircraft of your choice, and then double click on the plugin on your desktop to enable it to work with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Okay, so I am sat in a Beechcraft Bonanza G36 at Manchester Airport, and as you can see from the bottom left hand corner of your screen, I have got another camera on the multi-panel, and I just want to show you how it works and the quality of this product really. So first things first, and let's just run through everything that we've got on the multi-panel. So we've got altitude, vertical speed, indicated airspeed, heading and course, and you can adjust all of these values by dialing in on the silver knob in the centre. So let's just say if I switch over to the altitude, and I can then just quickly dial in a desired altitude on the panel, and that also translates directly to on your screen and in your aircraft, and you can see there is absolutely no lag at all from me inputting the desired altitude on the multi-panel to it appearing on your screen or in your aircraft. So that is a really good positive for this multi-panel. Now you can see that I've got mine, well you can't probably see, but mine is actually under my monitor. It's to the left of my monitor. I'm just trying to get a good feeling of where I want to place this permanently. It does come with a couple of adhesive stickers that you can stick onto your desk. I'm not too sure if I'm going to use them yet, but it does come with that option just to secure it, and it will need securing because it is quite lightweight, and if you're using the auto throttle switch, I've noticed for instance, it will move that multi-panel left and right, so you will need to secure it. Don't forget guys, this is a modular unit, which means you can add other bits and pieces of kit from the Logitech range. So if you wanted the radio panel, you can add that on and actually build it on top of each other or under or wherever you wanted. It connects via USB, and at the time of this recording you actually need a plug-in stroke driver from the Logitech website, and what that does, it gives you a desktop icon on your desktop. Once you've loaded the sim, you need to click on that desktop icon just to run the plugin. Then there's nothing at all to configure. You double click on it and you think nothing's happened, but then the multi-panel springs to life, so there's no configuration at all needed. It just works as soon as you plug it in with this plugin. Now again, remember, this is at the time of recording. Logitech have said there will be a better solution down the line, so perhaps you won't need that plugin in future, but it just depends on when you're watching this video. Let's just run through this then. So on the left we've got, if you can just see, we've got this selects the different modes. You've got the altitude, vertical speed, indicated airspeed, heading and course. The silver knob in the centre adjusts the values of the modes that you've just selected. So I'm on altitude at the minute, and if I dial in this dial, it's going to change the actual altitude. The buttons along the bottom activate the different modes. So you've got autopilot, heading, nav, indicated airspeed, speed, altitude, vertical speed, approach and reverse course settings. When you do click on, when you do press any of these buttons, they do illuminate. So if I just press the heading button, it illuminates just to remind you that you've got the heading activated. The auto throttle is an actual switch, so if I just come around here, just knocked my throttle there. If I just come around here, you can hear that it's quite a clunky switch to operate, and it does, like I've said, it does move the unit itself, so you do need to stick this down. The flaps is a toggle button, a switch, sorry. So it doesn't matter how many flap positions the aircraft you're flying has, it'll just toggle it up or down, and when it gets to the maximum points of up or down, it will just stop there. We've also got the pitch trim. I don't think I'll use the pitch trim. I'll be using the trim that I've assigned on my joystick, because it's just easier when you're taking off and landing to do that, rather than having another arm and another hand on the actual multi-panel. But overall, guys, this does feel like a really good quality and durable product. The buttons do have a satisfying click, and the knobs and the dials feel real quality and well made. It is inexpensive for what it is. It's extremely useful, and it's useful in the following circumstances. And if you've got any experience with flight simming, then you'll know exactly what I mean. When you are flying in turbulence, how hard is it to try and get your mouse cursor over the different knobs, dials and switches within the cockpit? Because your aircraft is bouncing up and down and left and right, and a lot of the time you're fighting just trying to get your mouse cursor in the right position to select the correct thing. So that is one of the biggest uses for this I can see. But also for me personally, you know, we have this hobby and we're doing it on our own, in our bedrooms, in our offices, in our garages, in our sheds, etc. Listen, some of these aircraft are manned by 2 people. So you're doing the job of 2 people, and it can be very hard, one hand on the joystick, one on the throttle, trying to get your mouse over to the altitude knob, dialing in different things, and it can be very busy. So I do feel, after using this for a number of hours now, that it just makes resource management within your sim cockpit a little bit easier. So without further ado then, let's actually take off, and we'll jump into the air and we'll see how this performs. Okay, so we've got a positive rate of climb, and I can move over now to my flap selection and toggle it up, and my flaps are now up. You can see, indicated by the nose just dropping a little, so I'm just going to trim up a little bit. And now we can go straight away over to the autopilot. So let's select the autopilot, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so we can see what's going on here. Let's first of all, we will go and select our heading, and we will change the heading to a heading nearer of the course we're already on. So let's just change that. So let's activate now autopilot, and you can see a white light illuminates to symbolise that you're on autopilot. However, my altitude is set at 500, so let's just move that up to 3000. We'll select vertical speed, and we'll do that up to 800 feet per minute. And you can see the flight director is showing us where we need to be, and the autopilot is taking care of everything now. So that is how easy it is to set even the basics up. Really easy, and absolutely ideal for single crewed sim pilots. It really is. So let's just go through some more of the features. Let's have a little look outside what's going on. We're in Manchester. My frames aren't the greatest today for some reason. Struggling a little bit. I'm looking at the new 3000 series Nvidia graphics cards at the minute. I think I'm going to go for the 3080. But anyway, that's another thing. So, for instance, now we can go to our heading mode. So we need to select heading on our switch on the left, and you can see the heading. Now, if you notice now, when I select change my heading on here, it automatically and instantly changes on the screen of the aircraft. Wow, there's a lot of stuttering today. Maybe is it because I'm recording as well? That's a hell of a lot of stuttering. But my point is that anything you do on your multi-panel, it translates almost immediately to your aircraft and the settings that's actually on your aircraft. So you've seen there I've changed it to heading 300 degrees, and it immediately translates on the screen, so there's no lag at all. This is a really brilliant piece of kit, guys. I do understand there's a lot of different components and hardware and joysticks and all that sort of business that you need to buy for your flight simulation hobbies, but I do recommend this little bit of kit. I think I paid around about £70 on Amazon. The link is in the description to it. Again, depending on when you watch this video, I'll leave a link in the description to the Logitech plugin stroke driver. And listen, I do hope if you have been sat on the fence with this piece of hardware, that I'm helping you to make an informed purchasing decision, whether you go ahead and buy one or, you know, you hold your hands up, it's not really for me. I do hope you found this video useful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, give me a thumbs down. Listen, I deserve it if you didn't enjoy it. Give me a thumbs down. So, not often you'll hear that on YouTube. But leave me a comment, tell me what you feel about this, tell me what you think if you've got one. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I will see you in the next video. Thank you, bye bye.